Hello everyone, I'm Andy, and today I'm going to be talking about turning books into movies. Specifically today, I'm going to be talking about Eragon, but I'm hoping to make this into a series, so if you know of a movie that was a complete disgrace to their book and you want me to talk about it, then leave that in the comments and maybe I'll put it in a future video. Turning great books into movies sounds like a good idea. I always get really excited when one of my favorite books is being turned into a movie, but without fail, it always manages to disappoint me. I should know better than to get excited by now, but I still do. Now, some of the reasons for this can't really be helped. For one thing, books are longer than movies in general. There are some exceptions to that, but those are even worse. And there's just no way to put all of that information into a movie. You also can't hear the character's thoughts in a movie. And in a book that's written in first person or third person limited, that's a really important part of the story. So unless you put that into dialogue with some other character, there's really no way that you could even know that in a movie. Sometimes there are just things in books that aren't feasible or just wouldn't look good in a movie. And it's up to the producer and director and everything to decide that and make it look like a really good movie, even if they are sacrificing things from the book. And also, the exact characters from the book don't exist to be actors in the movie. So even if they have someone really, really good, they're still not going to be exactly what you envision that character to be, especially because we all envision the characters differently. That being said, there are a lot of things that movie makers do with books that are absolutely unforgivable. There was no reason to do that, and they just almost seem to ruin the book just because they felt like it. Now, there are also movies that are made from picture books. I don't know who ever thought that was a good idea. Now, it is more understandable because turning 32 pages into 2 hours of movie sounds a bit difficult, but why did they have to do that in the first place? I mean, I get that they had to completely change the story in order to make it into a movie, but why did they even take the title then? But I am more willing to forgive movies made from picture books because they just didn't have as much material to work with. But movies like Eragon or The Hobbit are a disgrace. Today, I specifically want to talk about Eragon because those books are very close to my heart and I love them so much, and the movie is a disaster. It's actually pretty good as a movie if you don't know the story of the book, although there are some weird things, like a dragon aging in like 2 seconds. Yeah, because that's how dragons work. But without the knowledge of the book, it's not a bad movie. But if you do have knowledge of the book, it's terrible. So let's go over a few of the biggest flaws in the Eragon movie. Spoilers, obviously. I think we have to start with Saphira. She just flies away as like a little baby dragon who's about the size of a cat. And then comes back and she's like, "Hello, my name is Saphira Eragon. We're best friends now." Like, oh yeah, let's just skip the entire first half of the book. Who needs that anyway? A smaller thing, but something that drives me absolutely mad, is Arya's red hair. Arya has black hair. Like, how hard would it be to just dye her hair black? Why did they have to make it red? She doesn't even look like Arya. She doesn't even look like an elf, for that matter. She's just like a pretty girl, and they're like, Eragon loves her, which is true, but they just make it too ridiculous in the movie. Now, I have to talk about the Sindavarblaka, which, for those of you who don't know, is the gigantic shadow creature at the end of the movie that Durza rides on to fight Eragon. What the fuck? Like, in the book, they just, like, have a really dramatic battle on the ground with swords. That wouldn't be that hard to make dramatic. Sword battles are pretty cool, but no, Durza decided to make a giant flying shadow to fight Eragon on while he rode Saphira, who was injured. Or I think in the movie they actually made her injured later, but seriously, that is like, they just didn't like that scene in the book for some reason, and so completely made a new one. I mean, I guess I can't fault them for their creativity. Next, I have to talk about Angela. Now, Angela is probably my favorite character in the book, or maybe Brom, but Angela is amazing. She's smart, she is important, she's literally everywhere. Like, nothing important happens without Angela being there. And then in the movie, she's just like this weird, like, fortune-telling lady who's like, would you like Angela to read your fortune? That's literally all she does. And Solumbum doesn't even exist. Like, Solumbum is supposed to tell Eragon, like, a lot about his future. Although, I guess they didn't make those movies, so that doesn't matter much. But he doesn't even exist in the movie. Now, all of those are huge mistakes, but I feel like the absolute biggest mistake that the movie made is killing the Razak. Yeah, let's just kill any possibility of ever making a sequel. And, I mean, they're not even important in the movie. They sort of start the plot off, although they don't look anything like how I imagined them. But maybe I just imagined them differently than they were actually described. And the Lather don't even exist. It's just like, they never even go to Drosleona. The Razak don't even matter in the movie, and in the book they're just like the driving force for the entire 4-book plot. It's just like, why did you think this was a good idea? Now, there are a number of other smaller things that also bother me, but those are the big ones, the ones that there was no reason that they should have changed that, and it completely fucked up the story. The Inheritance Cycle is one of my absolute favorite books of all time, and even talking about this movie makes me upset because it was such an amazing book, and the movie just like sorta took the general idea and went, look guys, we're gonna make a lot of money. I mean, I guess it's good that Christopher Paolini has a lot of money from the movie because he's awesome, but we should really remake this movie to actually be good. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by leaving a like or a comment in the comment section. If you want to see more videos, then press the subscribe button, which is over there. Yes, I hope. And if you have any ideas of what you want me to make a video about, then please let me know in a comment. I've noticed that a lot fewer people are watching my videos now, so if there's something you'd like to see, then I'd be happy to make it. Bye!